Pat, what do you think about the Usyk AJ fight? What's your take?
Um, take on that fight. I don't know. I think he started alright. He just couldn't maintain what he started really, and I think it takes a lot more than being with a new trainer for a few weeks, a few months, in order to for a transformation, take over as such. You know, no one don't know what's going on in AJ's mind, and I think that's what showed. He was the first 4 rounds. I think he was thinking, and if you watch what Usyk did, he was able to change it up on him and change it up to make it again for, oh, you change your game, okay, I can do that. And he came out with more movement, took a round off, reset himself, and made it very difficult where he sent AJ back to fighting how he fought him the first time. He got confused and got lost, and that's the thing of a good fighter. And I think AJ just needs time to be with someone who's gonna treat him as a fighter rather than just as a cash machine. Do you know what I mean? Who's going to think, well, let's strip it down, let's forget about what you got, who you are. As far as I'm concerned, you're a fighter, you've got a mindset, let's prepare the one thing that's going to motivate your body. And that's the mindset. But the thing with me, can AJ really get back into it? He's got everything. Is that hunger going to be there? Is that desire going to be there? Is he just going to be doing it because it feels like, I mean, there's loads of million different questions that I would ask AJ. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what needs to be put to him, because you don't know where he's at and where his mindset's at and what he wants to achieve and what he wants to accomplish. Because it's like being a fashion monkey. You're jumping onto all these trainers that train certain other people, but it's like when Amir Khan went to Crawford's camp to fight, what do you call it, Brooks, and thought he was going to change, but they didn't give a fuck about Amir Khan. It was just about the money, to the point where, it's boxing now is stupid, and I don't get it. You know what I mean? And the way I see it with AJ needs to have one of them old time trainers that love boxing. Yeah, that was saying, listen, kid, you need to fuck all this bullshit off you've got around, get rid of it all. Go in the fucking woods and forget about social media, forget about everything else in life, and let's strip it right down and then go back to basics, and we'll come back and win a world title. And then let's see if AJ could do that. Right about now, he's living too much of a lifestyle to you know what I mean? So.
AJ, you mentioned one statement a few times during the interview that he's had to go into a dark place to get into the ring with Usyk. Can you, obviously being a boxer, do you understand what he meant by that?
I do. I was in a dark place when I went to America. Didn't know what I wanted to do, and Brian said to me, look, if you want to make this transformation and you want to fight again and you say you want to be a world champion, this is what I suggest. And he sent me to America for 9 months by myself. Yeah, and I had my first fight, and all I was doing was missing home. All the things that I was doing going out, the things that I had to sacrifice. Somebody I was with at the time, I mean, it was like, wow. But then it grown to me, and I got used to it because I met my friend out there, Sid Vanderpool, who obviously fought for the super middleweight championship in the world. But he fought Bernard Hopkins. But I found myself, and this is why I just said to you about going in the woods and stripping down and starting all over again. You can learn how to find yourself, but I didn't think he had enough time to find himself. Yeah, and you're right, give him credit. It's one thing he did do. He faced his most fears of getting in with Usyk and coming out there on his feet. Yeah, and regardless what anyone says, in the heavyweight division, anything can happen. I rate Joshua. I like him as a person. I like him as a fighter. And the stick that he's getting is just a load of bullshit. And people can always talk that shit, but they've never been there and they've never been in the ring. You know what I mean? But when you've got the press, stuff like that. As they say, the make you and the break you.
One last question. What does this say of Usyk? You know, being in a war zone, you know, fighting two-time heavyweight champion. What does this say about him as a person?
It says a lot about him. Again, you know, a lot of people don't get it and don't think you're getting it. It's the mindset. For him to be able to do that and do this, he's got a strong mind. He's been gone on the front line to the war. You know, put himself through everything. It's always Lomachenko's dad who trains him, and all they do is about a mind thing. And a lot of people do not understand boxing. And I don't think they will. There's only a small percentage that understand what boxing is all about. It's all about the mind. It isn't about anything else but the mind. And you know, it's like watching Lyndon spar, and then I said, look, there's a lot of things that I'm missing. I said the attributes and everything else is there, but there's certain things that's missing, and that's uphill, and you need to be able to replace that. You know what I mean? And you've got to change. It's a change in an attitude. With Lyndon, it won't be hard for me to be able to reset him to do that, because once he's talking to me and he can accept it, he's going to have to learn to do what I want him to do. And obviously, if he doesn't learn to do what I want him to do, there is no point in me and him working together. Do you know what I mean? Because I know what's best for him, and he needs to learn to trust me. Do you know what I mean? And that's a different matter. That's my own fighter. So I'm not going to be hypocritical talk about Joshua, but then I can't fix my own fighter. So I mean, that's doing the difference. I mean, so with Usyk, what he's done, he's got a great mindset, the way to do things, the way he believes in himself. Obviously, yeah, they put their mind through so much. So to fight someone like Joshua, where they know it's a battle of this, they've got it won.
Thank you very much.